mouthful, but we're going to try and just simplify things here today, keep this quick, and introduce you to a little bit more of the Makesbridge platform. We've done 2 webinars to this point, so if this is your first webinar, we may seem to be jumping in the middle of things, but we encourage you to go back and watch the other 2 webinars that are a more basic introduction to the system. Just listen along today if you haven't seen those other 2 or you haven't gotten familiar with using Makesbridge yet, and this information will still be very valuable to you. So, quick introduction, your host today. My name is Michael O'Shea. I'm a marketing partner with Makesbridge. I help different companies set up marketing platforms and automation for their sales teams or their outreach in general. Junaid is also with us. He's a premier account rep. He's been with Makesbridge for a very long time, worn many hats. He'll be the gentleman who'll sort of walk you through the actual use of the platform today. I'll be doing more of the introduction and basic background. So with that, what is our outline for today? So today we're going to go over creating and using segmentation, or what we call in Makesbridge targets. So we're going to talk about what a target is. We're going to walk you through how to create targets, and then talk a little bit about why they're important. We're also going to, after we finish that section, we're going to go into an introduction of marketing automation. We'll get into what are some simple automation tools available to you, and we're going to actually go through a step-by-step process of setting up one of those marketing automation tools, which is a sales alert auto bump. And we'll get into the specifics of how you do that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about how you can use automation to help you grow your business. And then we'll have hopefully some time to go through some questions. So, using targets in Makesbridge. As I said, targets are a segmentation tool. But what's different about a target is it's not just a static list of people or contacts. You can have a list that you send out your email marketing to, or you can have a dynamic segment, which we call a target. So what you do is you give that target some criteria, and then as your contacts meet the criteria that you've set up, they automatically get put into your target, and you don't have to keep rebuilding your lists. The target gathers up those contacts for you. So we're going to show you how to create some. There's a tag field that's been set up in your Salesforce instance that you may not even be aware of. At Realty has set it up for the specific purpose of agents being able to segment their contacts and use it for their email marketing. We're also going to show how you can use client behavior in setting up your targets. How you can use either how they're interacting with your website, because we do have a web tracking snippet as part of the Makesbridge platform, so we're tracking your contacts' visits to the site, or opening and clicking. And then again, we'll talk about why you use targets. The main thing is you want to provide messaging to the proper audience. You don't just want to blast every message to every contact and every lead that you have in your Salesforce. You want to provide the messaging to the audience for that particular message. And that's really where segmentation comes into place. If you do that properly, you're going to build a reputation of somebody who's providing the right information to the right people, and you're going to overall earn more dollars because you'll be marketing in a way that's accepted by your clients. So with that, I'm going to pass things over to Junaid to go over using targets in Makesbridge. Junaid, are you ready to take the reins here?
For sure. Let me know once you see my screen.
Okay.
Should be up.
I don't see it yet, Junaid. Yes, I think we're good.
Great. Once again, thank you everyone for joining this webinar. So, as you can see, I'm currently into your portal, your Salesforce. So, what I have already opened the Makesbridge dashboard, but before I go in there, I just want to talk about real quick about that field that Michael has just mentioned, the tags field. So, you will have a new custom field onto your contacts, and whenever you're creating a new contact or you're editing one of your existing contacts, so you will see this field right here in Salesforce, which is called tags. Now, the purpose of this tags field basically is to help you segment your data at Makesbridge with ease without having to kind of, work with some other custom fields inside Makesbridge. So it's very simple. It's going to be super smooth. All you have to do is, you can add as many tags as you want to. So they just need to be comma separated if you are adding more tags. So here's an example right there. So what I did, I added few tags for the demo purpose here. So as you can see, there are like 3 tags. So one is for the location, and then I have this couple, and then I have a comma, and then buyer. So depending upon your contact, you can add as many tags as you want to, and whatever tags you would want to add here. Now the good part about these tags is that this field is being used at Makesbridge, your Makesbridge account as well. We are constantly syncing these values from your Salesforce to Makesbridge every 30 minutes. So these tags will come into the platform, and then you can easily segment your lists, or you can create smart lists based on these tags. Could be one tag, could be multiple tags. It really depends, how you want to pick your audience for that. So I'm going to jump into the Makesbridge dashboard now. This synchronization and tag field, it's all set up for all the accounts, so you don't need to worry about that part. It's just that we need to learn quickly how we can basically create these targets from Makesbridge. So I'm going to click on the contacts dashboard, and that's exactly where our targets reside. I'm going to click on targets, and then the next screen is going to come up. Now, all of your accounts are preloaded with these 4 targets. I'm sure most of you have already seen that, potential buyers, potential sellers. It's for your ease to basically create your email and send them, your emails. But now it's just one step ahead, and you would now want to create your own targets. So for now, I'm just going to click on Add Target, and maybe I'm just going to call it my target. I'm going to click Create. So once you're inside my target, there's a tiny funnel here which says Basic Filter. So that's exactly what we need to click on, and it'll start giving you some options. Drop down right there. So simply, I'm going to click the drop down, and you can just simply look up the tag option by just entering because the word R and numeric 5. So by entering that, you can easily see this is just a short next to that field right there. So I can simply choose my tag. Now I have to change this operator to contains. We do that because obviously most of the times you will be adding multiple tags in your Salesforce. So the way it's going to work is when you choose contains, it basically reads all the tags that a person has been attached to, and it whatever you're going to describe here, it's going to just separate those for you and not anybody else. So that's why it's important to note here, when you bring up the tags field, please choose the operator contains, and then you can just enter the tag value that you want to create a target on. If you want to have multiple tags, or if you want to create smart lists based on some multiple tags, so what you can do is you can add another filter. Okay, and from there, again, I'm going to type in R numeric 5 and my tags field comes up. I can choose it contains, and then maybe I want to say that, hey, give me everybody who's who's a couple, of course, and they are from a specific location. So then I'm gonna just enter that location right there. So these are my two criteria right there. They gotta be couple and from this location down here. Simply, I'm gonna click save this target and I'm gonna close it. So I have successfully set up my own custom target, and to basically double check how many audience I'm about to reach out, I can always run a count from here. So this is always going to give you an updated count. As soon as you hit that, it's going to start processing. It's going to take like few minutes to basically complete, but in the end, it's going to give you a population just like that. So here we have count of 514. So I'm sure there's going to be like count of only 2 or 3 people right there. The good thing about this target is as soon as it gives you counts, in case if you want to just double check anything, you can click on the count and you can actually see the actual population right there. So, that's just, if you just want to scroll through what you have got inside your target. So it's going to take a few moments here, and then it's going to basically complete its process. So once it completes, its processing and gives you the final count, what you have to do basically next is to simply use this target within your email campaign that you want to send out to these people. So, most of you guys are now pretty, much understand how to create that campaign in Makesbridge. And as soon as you create that campaign, at the time of the selection where you just have to choose your targets, you have been choosing potential buyers, potential sellers, but going forward, whenever you'll have your custom targets, you'll be basically choosing them. Now see, it has just given me a count of 2, which means there are 2 people that match the criteria. Again, what's really nice about this target is it's dynamic. It's going to keep on updating itself because of that constant sync we are doing with your Salesforce. So going forward, if anybody is going to meet the criteria of this target, it's going to pick those people up. Let's say if there's, some people move out of that location, their location changes, and you basically change the tag in Salesforce, so it's automatically going to drop those people. So that's really nice about these targets. These are dynamic, all the time changing for you. So, anybody who's going to come in new, they're going to pick it up. Anybody who no longer meets the criteria, they're going to instantly drop them out of their, out of their population. So again, I can click on the count basically to see who I got here. So it's, I have like 2 records right there who have been tagged, whatever I've just described in that targets criteria. So that basically concludes how you create a target and how this all basically will play for you. It'll start from your Salesforce tags field, which per the last update from the management, we know that this will be launching for you guys in mid of December. You'll be using it more, populating that field more, and going forward, you'll be able to easily segment your data based on those tags. Michael?
All right. Well, thanks, Junaid. If you can send the screen back my way, I'll
there we go.
Head to our next section. Let me know, Junaid, when you can see my screen okay.
It's up.
It's up? Okay. Well, great. Well, thanks for that, Junaid. I hope that's helpful, folks. The idea on that tag field is just to really make it simple for you folks to be able to create some segments and using the terms that you want to use. So if you know, family, couple, maybe an area, you know, Queensland, family, etc. It'll help you search people up easily, hopefully. So the next step we're going to talk about today is the basics of marketing automation. So let's start off with what is marketing automation. So by definition, if you look it up, marketing automation refers to the software that exists with the goal of automating marketing actions. Well, that's kind of a mouthful, but we like to think of it in simpler terms here at Makesbridge, and we created an interface that we think makes it simpler. We like to think of marketing automation as your personal marketing team that works 24/7. These little guys, these little minions of yours that you can set up, little electronic friends or co-workers. You tell them what to do, and they're off 24/7. They never take a day vacation, and they search through the platform and do your bidding. So what kind of things can you ask your marketing automation pieces to do for you? One thing they can do is you can set up a sales alert. And we're actually going to walk through that example today. Alerting you to a sales opportunity based on the behavior of people who are interacting with your campaign or campaigns. You could also, that's one example, you could also set up a Autobot to send out an email on your behalf. You have a stock email you set up, maybe it's a meeting invite, and as soon as people meet the criteria of the target you've set up for that, then an email goes out and says, hey, would you like to meet and talk about whatever the content of that email is. You can also, there's more advanced automation, which we'll probably get into in another webinar down the road, but you can set up regular outreach to your clients in the form of drip marketing. And that provides you regular interaction and outreach, keeps you in front of your clients. You never know when they're going to be interested in moving or looking at a different property. And there's more that you can do, but today we're going to keep it very simple. We have some pre-set up pieces, Autobots. We're going to show you how to use one. What's great about this, again, is you set them up and forget it. You know, marketing automation seems like a complex thing. It's actually something that simplifies your life. Once you get it put together, it runs, it does the work for you, and you can concentrate on reacting to your marketing automation and taking advantage of it by interacting with clients. So, Mike, this all sounds great, but how do I set up marketing automation? So again, Junaid, I'm going to pass it back to you, and you can show us how to set up a sales alert bot.
Sure thing, Michael. Thanks. I've just taken back the screen. Great. Setting up this simple piece which Michael described as sales alert is very simple. I'm sure you might have explored these options, but you know, we have simplified you know, all of our automation tools, and they reside within this automation tile. From the main screen, it's the automation tile, and we are basically talking about this part right here, which we call Autobots. So this is our bite-sized automation, if you will. So let me just click on it, and let's just see what we have there. Today we are specifically going to talk about sales alert. You know, how you can set up alert for yourself when somebody meets a certain criteria. And it's very easy to basically set this all up because, you know, we have fed these preset bots for you. They are pre-populated, easy to use. So, you know, it's very simple. I'm going to basically click on the edit here. So it's going to take me inside this sales alert bot. So here are our options. As I've mentioned, that it's pre-populated with everything, so with just few mouse clicks you can instantly set up yours. Now, the options here, what really they are basically based on the behavior. So your campaigns or your mass emails that are going out, obviously people are clicking on it. They're clicking on the links on those listings. They are going to your website. They are exploring some more options on your website. So that's exactly what it's tracking in the back end. So it's really up to you what sort of behavior you would want to apply. So for me, if I need to define something, as a sales rep at Makesbridge, I would prefer if somebody has clicked, 3 times or 4 times from one of our newsletters that goes out, because that gives me an indication that at least there were a few clicks that were done by the recipient. He has shown some interest. So it's just a manual entry over there. There's no limit. You can be specific to 1 click if that works. 5 clicks, you just have to enter that numeric value. Next to that, you have the frequency, which is days. So it's just a simple drop down from where you can choose your frequency of the days, like, if anybody who has clicked 5 times in last 5 days, 7 days, 15 days, or up to 90 days. So we keep the information stored up to 90 days. So it's really, it's really up to you how you would want to define it. But ideally, when your campaign goes out, it's hot for a few days or that week. So, if I had to pick up something, I would maybe keep it to 7 days for my one newsletter that goes out. If it needs to be there, if it's a hot one, maybe you can just set it up for 15 days. So it really depends on that newsletter that you're sending out. That's one. And then page viewed. Not only we are tracking who are, what people are clicking on your emails, but we are also tracking, after they click the link and if they go onto your website, what other pages they are going or browsing on your website, on the Atvility website. So it could be another criteria where, you can define if somebody is visiting our website 5 times or more. Again, that's an indication that somebody is super interested. And then you also have the days frequency. So maybe in last 3 days, if anybody's hitting my website 5 times or more, I need to get an alert for that person. Once this is set, then you can you'll change this to any from the top. If you leave it to all, what's going to happen? It needs to have 5 clicks. A user needs to have 5 clicks and needs to visit 5 pages in order for you to get an alert. So in the beginning, I would prefer if we leave it to any, if you want to alert yourself. So these criteria are going to behave individually. If somebody is clicking 5 times, you'll get an alert. If somebody is visiting your website 5 times, you'll get alert on that. Now, once that is set, then at the bottom, there's just one entry that you'll need to do, and that is just enter your email address. So that would be obviously your email address, your name at atvility.com, and that's pretty much it. This is the box where we are gonna dynamically merge the information in that alert that you will receive within your email box. So we will let you know the first name, the last name, if that person is from the company or not. If it's going to say is actively engaging with us, please call them at phone, and then we're going to basically dynamically merge the phone number for you as well. For sure, you can change it if you want to. If you want to add some extra text or something, you can definitely do that. We want to try this as simple as possible at this stage because, yeah, there's a lot of more merge fields that you can, enter into this box so that you can have more info. But we're just keeping it to this part, which is, it automatically populates for you when you create this sales alert bot. Now, as soon as you have defined all that, you just have to click save. So it saves all the information you have just entered in there and push play on this button. So once you push play, it's gonna basically, it becomes active. So it started playing. Again, it's dynamic. It's, as Michael stated, it's going to be there 24/7. It'll be constantly looking for these people, these individuals here. Anybody who's a 5-time clicker, anybody who's a 5-time visitor. So it's going to constantly look for those people, and it's going to basically send you an alert in your inbox. Now, how that alert looks like, as you can see here, before this call, I basically, played this one to send out one alert to me. And within my inbox, this is what I'm going to get. I'm going to get sales alert and then person's name here, matched criteria. Bridge Mail Services is going to be your indicator that, it's Makesbridge who's sending you these alerts because people are matching the criteria. And if you notice, we had some tags, merge tags in that box there. They are automatically populating, those fields for us in the email, meaning that first name got converted into Junaid AK, and this is this is the company. Actually, this is again my name, but yeah, in your case, if there's a company field, it's going to merge the company name, and then please call them at, and then it'll populate the phone number. For my part, my record didn't have the phone number, so it's not there. But as far as yours, they definitely do have phone numbers, so you can basically, for the instant follow-up, you can just copy the phone from there and you can start dialing. Now, before the call, if you want to just double check like what Junaid did as a result, I'm receiving this alert. It's very easy, and it's for me, it's like I call it full-blown customer journey. When I conduct the demos, and what I mean by that is when you come back and you click on these sent counts here, you will see all the alerts that you have received against all the records that match the criteria. Now, if you want to see what Junaid has been doing, you can click on his name, and on the right side, you will see all the total activities, which will explain you step by step that what Junaid has done. As a result, you are receiving this alert. So it starts from here. This was a newsletter that was sent out. Here, it was opened. Then it was opened one more time. Okay, so what's really nice about this activity timeline is it shows you multiple opens, how many times your email is being read over and over. Then there's one click here. And here's the link which was clicked on. Okay, email was again open, and then there was another click. And the criteria was, if there are 2 clicks, send me a sales alert. And as a result, here is the Autobot message or the alert, which this bell icon right there, this indicates that, because of these behaviors, you just received an alert. At the top, of course, we will constantly be storing any next activities that these people will be performing. So after that alert, he performed 2 more clicks. So this is a great way for basically us to see the full-blown customer journey from top to bottom, like what people are doing, where their interest is, and what's the best data point here that we can talk about. And if we just initiate a conversation, they'll be really interested in that, because that is something they have been exploring a lot. So that's like the huge advantage of having these alerts in place, because you get instant alerts and you are notified, you can read the behavior, you can do your follow-ups, and as a result, you end up increasing your productive conversations by 15%. What we hear from our clients that their sales reps, they're getting 15% more meetings or 20% more meetings just because they are talking to these hot leads versus just random people. They're not just picking up phones and calling just random people, but they're only engaging with the hot leads. And as a result, they're getting more meetings, more conversions, and they're really happy with it. Michael?
All right. Well, thanks, Junaid, and yeah, you can make me the presenter again. Yeah, and what's nice again, as you can see, is you're getting fed information immediately upon people meeting this criteria. So you don't have to be guessing about who's surfing around the website or who's really interested in looking at properties. once you set that criteria, that information is going to be sent to you. And like Junaid showed you, you can go and look at the contact and you can see what they've been doing. And you can see the pages that they've been viewing and start those conversations out with some real information, you know. I hope this has been a helpful introduction to marketing automation. I would encourage you to go out and set up your own sales alert bot and play with it and see what works for you and works for your clients. You can play with that criteria and switch up and edit a bot depending on whether you're getting not enough alerts or too many alerts. I just want to go over, because I know some people are new, if you haven't signed up yet, for one thing, Makesbridge is part of your overall @Realty package. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. You simply need to sign up with us. We will go in, we will set up your reoccurring contact imports. We will load some @Realty approved templates, and we will even include the personalization of it with your contact information, etc. And we're going to set up your list to update 24/7. So once you go ahead and put in that request, please give us 4 or 5 days, just because we put every account in, and then we also get it set up, and we also test it to make sure it's working properly, there's no bugs or any issues with it. And then we'll notify you that it's up and running. So that's pretty much what we have for you today, though we would open it up to some questions, and then you can, Junaid, are we getting any typed questions in?
Yeah, I've just requested that, and looks like looks like folks want to talk.
Okay. Well, we can also just, if we want to have a little conversation, in the past people have just wanted to ask us things, and that's really fine. We can open it up, Junaid, to people to ask us, and we can just have an open conversation if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure thing. And guys, I'm about to unmute everybody, so please feel free to participate.